Welcome to my recording of What is Mountain Dew to You? This presentation is about the product and the brand Mountain Dew and how it affects us today. What is Mountain Dew? Is it the bright yellow drink that causes a high surge of energy and gives you that small pick you up when you need it? Is there more to Mountain Dew's story? The answer is yes. We will find out today what Mountain Dew is really about. Here is how Mountain Dew came to be. This brand started in the 1940s up in the hills of Tennessee. At this time, it was marketed towards the hillbillies or to somebody who was working hard and having a long day. After a large purchase, the drink officially became a part of Pepsi in 1964. Now, this was the biggest step that was taken by Mountain Dew to create their brand and to create their market of their drink. The company keeps original hillbilly theme, but markets to a more modern country crowd in the 1980s. They slowly make this shift into something that is going to create their brand and expand their brand past Tennessee and the country bumpkins and the hillbillies. This is something that will grow their brand and continue to stretch what they are doing. The company keeps going and slowly shifted into the extreme sports in early 1990s. Many would not understand why they would do this because, you go from country charm, modern country, to extreme sports, which is dirt biking, snowboarding, skateboarding, anything you can think of. They suddenly make this grand shift over to this brand, and it was most likely their smartest decision that they've ever made, because now they have sponsorships and certain people who are in that sport industry to create their name and make it even bigger than it already is. It is a complete myth, and why they call it the myth market, as to why Mountain Dew found their market, or even how they found their market. They slowly made this shift over to the extreme sports, something that was slow growing and slowly becoming more and more popular with the population today. They fit that mold that they were growing, the games were growing of extreme sports, and how they were looking for something to grow their brand also. The transition grew the company in ways never imagined. This fit was like a glove. They did not, it was not something that was found and studied and looked at, and it just ended up fitting the way it did. And people actually loved the product and loved how it affected the brand for Mountain Dew. And so that transition was one of the best transitions that they've ever made, and something that so many people cannot describe. In this article review, it describes the platform which Mountain Dew stands on with the X Games. One of their biggest branding opportunities is sponsorships. It is a large part of the X Games, and Mountain Dew is on the forefront. Mountain Dew is creating events that fit the culture, creates a platform for the product, such as the Dew Tour. It is a tour for the X Game members to create their popularity and to get their names out, but also to get Mountain Dew's name out just as big. By using these events, they are creating the culture that is needed to continue to grow the brand to higher and better levels. Although this product is extremely popular and is extremely good, there are absolutely negative side effects of the consumption of this product that sometimes are put to the wayside but is a large part of the research of this item and the brand that it is named. There are health risks such as heightened blood pressure, slower heart rate. With the combination of the two, it can be absolutely deadly. With large consumptions of this product, more than 2 or 3 a day, can cause these symptoms. There are psychological risks such as depression or anxiety that comes along with the amount of consumption of caffeine. And then there are also the psychosocial risks, how people are interacting with each other and how caffeine affects relationships with other people. And this drink is a sudden cause of all these symptoms just because of the level of the contents in the beverage. It is important to realize these health risks because although this is a great brand and it continues to grow with the sports industry, it is needed to understand that there are health risks. And although they're endorsing sports, how unhealthy it is to do that. This research brings up the point that it's not always good to consume what is being shown on the TV or in the games or the athletes using these drinks, and it could ultimately hurt them in the long run. How does a team find their Mountain Dew? Now, this can be described in many ways. Like I said, Mountain Dew found their platform and found it right away and ran with it. They continue to grow and continue to get stronger. And that can be with the same with a team. When you are looking for what your team wants in a culture, you have to find that culture. You have to find the kids that fit the mold of that team, the foundation of what you have as a coach. And you have to find those kids that are going to fit that theme. And they're also going to buy into that. As a team, it has been an honor to be part of so many teams that have grown the culture at ETBU and that have held the tradition of the last 4 years that I was there, and those traditions go far beyond my 4 years. But we found our Mountain Dew. We found what fits us and what makes us unique. It is important to create that tradition and to be different. We do a lot of things differently than many teams do, such as running the ball in, or wearing white cleats, or having the same exact helmets as our football helmets. We're creating that tradition. We're creating that model that is going to cause us to fit something a little different. And to find that Mountain Dew, it's going to take hard work, and it's going to take dedication to wanting to find that team, because so many coaches will find what works for one team, and then the next year it'll be something different, and the next year it'll be something different. Well, it's super important to create that foundation and buy into that culture yourself, because if that doesn't work, then you have to sell it. You have to do what Mountain Dew is, find that culture and fit it. You have to fit that mold and have to understand how that mold works. And, once you fit that mold and you are successful, then you completely go and run with it. And that was the end of my slideshow. Thank you so much for coming and listening to my presentation. I hope that this opportunity gave you a chance to learn something new. Thank you so much.